You close the bathroom door. You hear the click of the lock. And then, less than 2 seconds later, you hear it. The soft thud of a furry body sliding down against the wood outside. A heavy sigh. Your dog is waiting. They followed you from the kitchen. They followed you down the hallway. They are sitting on the bath mat right now, staring at the gap under the door, waiting for you to emerge. You probably think they just miss you. You probably think they are needy. You might even think they are hoping you have a piece of cheese hidden in your pocket. But you are wrong. Before you even stood up from the couch, before your conscious mind even registered that you were going to stand up, your dog was already moving. They knew your trajectory. They calculated your intent. We will get to how they knew that. We will get to that locked door. But not yet. This is not a story about separation anxiety. This is not a story about a lack of independence. This is not a story about the mythical pack alpha. This is a story about a creature that has spent 33,000 years rewiring its own brain for one single purpose. Here is what most people miss about the dog shadowing your every footstep. You are assuming they are reacting to you. But science tells us they are actually predicting you. Let us step back for a moment. Meet Dr. Brian Hare. He is an evolutionary anthropologist who changed how we understand the canine mind. For decades, scientists treated dogs as uninteresting subjects. They were considered artificial animals, ruined by domestication. But Dr. Hare looked at them differently. He realized that dogs possess a specific type of genius that even our closest genetic relatives, chimpanzees, do not have. Dogs are born anthropologists. They study us. When your dog follows you into the kitchen, they are engaging in something biologists call allelomimetic behavior. This is the instinct to mimic the actions of the group. In the wild, allelomimetic behavior is a matter of life and death. If the pack runs, you run. If the pack sleeps, you sleep. If you decide to go to the kitchen, the dog's ancient hardware screams that the group is migrating, and they must migrate too. But it goes deeper than simple mimicry. Your dog is analyzing your gestures. Think about Chaser. Chaser was a border collie who lived with a psychology professor. Chaser did not just learn to fetch. She learned the names of over 1,000 distinct toys. She had a vocabulary larger than a human toddler. But her real genius was not memory. It was deduction. If you put a new toy she had never seen among familiar ones, and asked her to fetch a word she had never heard, she would eliminate the known toys and bring back the new one. Chaser proved that dogs do not just react to sounds. They understand human intent. So when you shift your weight on the couch, your dog is cross-referencing that physical gesture with thousands of past data points. They know the difference between the shift that means you are grabbing the remote, and the shift that means you are walking to the front door. They are watching you. Constantly. And this is where it gets remarkable. Because for a long time we thought this behavior was just transactional. We feed them. They follow us. It is a biological contract. But Dr. Gregory Burns decided that theory was not good enough. He is a neuroscientist at Emory University. And in 2012 he wanted to know exactly what a dog felt when they looked at their human. There was just one massive problem. To see inside a brain you need a functional MRI scanner. An MRI machine is a narrow, claustrophobic tube that sounds like a jackhammer. You cannot sedate an animal to study its emotional responses, and you cannot force a conscious dog into a terrifying metal tube without traumatizing it. Enter Callie. Callie was a scruffy terrier mix. She was adopted from a shelter. And Dr. Burns spent months patiently, gently training Callie to rest her chin in a custom-built cradle inside a simulator. He used earplugs. He used hot dogs. He used pure patience. Until one day Callie walked voluntarily into a real, screaming MRI machine, laid her head down and held perfectly still. She was the very first dog to do this. Dr. Burns scanned Callie's brain. He scanned the brains of dozens of other trained dogs. And he presented them with the sense of familiar humans, strange humans, familiar dogs, and strange dogs. The results shattered the transactional theory forever. When the dogs smelled their specific human, a part of their brain called the caudate nucleus lit up like a firework. The caudate nucleus is the reward center. It is the exact same region of the human brain that activates when we are deeply in love. The dogs were not reacting to the promise of food. Their brains were reacting to the pure joy of their human's presence. When your dog follows you from room to room, they are doing it because your physical presence triggers an oxytocin loop. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone. When you look at your dog, your brain releases it. When your dog looks at you, their brain releases it. It is a biological feedback system. They follow you because proximity to you is chemically intoxicating. They are addicted to you. If you are finding this fascinating, take a second right now to subscribe to the channel. We explore the hidden mechanics of the everyday world just like this, every single week. Tell me down in the comments what the strangest place your dog has followed you into is. But it gets stranger. Because we have only talked about what the dog sees and what the dog feels. We have not talked about what the dog smells. To understand why your dog is sitting outside that bathroom door, you have to understand how they experience reality. Dr. Alexandra Horowitz is a researcher who studies the sensory world of dogs. She argues that we fundamentally misunderstand our pets because we are visual creatures. We see the world. Dogs smell the world. They engage in complex olfactory processing. A dog's nose is thousands of times more sensitive than ours. They do not just smell the pizza on the counter. They smell the specific type of flour in the crust, the age of the tomatoes, and the microscopic skin cells of the person who baked it. But olfactory processing goes beyond physical objects. Dogs smell time. Air currents move through your house in predictable patterns. Warm air rises, cool air falls. As you walk through a room, you leave a slipstream of chemical markers. A dog can walk into a completely empty room and know exactly who was there, how long ago they left, and which direction they went just by the concentration of the scent gradient. They also smell your internal state. When your heart rate increases, your sweat glands release different chemical compounds. When you are stressed, you smell different. When you are happy, you smell different. Hold that thought. Let us go back to that closed bathroom door. You are sitting on the couch. You are reading a book. The house is completely silent. You decide you are going to get up and go to the bathroom. You have not moved a muscle yet. You have not spoken a word. But the dog lifts their head. Oh. Because the moment you made the decision to move, your brain sent a signal to your muscles. Your heart rate elevated by a fraction of a beat. Your blood flow shifted. The microscopic chemical signature radiating from your skin altered just enough to be caught in the air current of the living room. The dog did not see you move. The dog smelled your intention to move. By the time you actually stand up, the dog has already processed the chemical shift, cross-referenced it with your past behavioral data, recognized the time of day, and concluded your most likely destination. They beat you to the hallway because they read the data before you even acted on it. They are sitting outside that door because their allelomimetic instinct demands they stay with the group, their oxytocin loop rewards them for being near you, and their olfactory processing allows them to predict your actions with terrifying accuracy. This is the reality of the animal sleeping at your feet. They are not just a pet. They are a highly specialized biological machine, engineered by thousands of years of evolution, designed to observe, predict, and love you. When you leave the house, the physical absence of your body creates a vacuum in their sensory world. They sit by the window not because they are bored, but because they are waiting for the scent gradient of the room to shift, signaling your return. They are constantly reading the environment for clues of your existence. They follow you because, to them, you are the center of gravity. So the next time you trip over your dog in the kitchen or the next time you sigh because you cannot get 2 minutes of privacy in the bathroom, remember what is actually happening. First, they are reading you. They have memorized the micro-expressions of your face, the exact rhythm of your footsteps, and the chemical signature of your emotions. Second, they are chemically bound to you. Their brain is physically incapable of turning off the deep, structural joy they feel when you are in their line of sight. And finally, the third truth. The most profound realization of all. They follow you because their entire world is built around the perimeter of your shadow. You have friends. You have a job. You have a massive, complicated life filled with screens and obligations and other humans. Your dog only has you. Their life is brutally short. 1.5 decades if you are lucky. And they want to spend every single second of those 15 years as close to your side as the laws of physics will allow. Which moment in this video surprised you the most? Tell me below.